a weekday morning. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully this game will go quickly, though I guess I don't really see any reason why we should necessarily expect that. I may have to step out at some point during this one, so yeah, let's see how this one goes. So I picked witches into this first seat. It's a round 6 towns game on the base map with landscapes. It's an arena game. We have big buildings early, a spade round, and towns late. The past tiles have the big building tile in it. They don't actually have any coins on it other than this one coin tile. There are 2 coins events coming off of cults. So getting some priest production early is going to be good. Coins actions are going to be good, especially for like witches. Halflings and swarmlings both don't need as many coins, so I actually think that they might be a little stronger here. Especially with the round 4 digs, that's good for halflings. They don't need to, they probably will skip the big building event or build one of them. I mean, who knows? Swarmlings, obviously their dream is to build both the big building and the, okay, so we get Mega Sandwich. So that's pretty interesting. Darklings always love this event. They love this spade event. They can also handle round 6 towns quite well. They should just be resilient and strong here, so that's why I'm bidding on them. I actually don't think that they're going to be the best. I think that Swarmlings on G6 and Halflings on F5 together could be a real problem for them. They could have to strand G5 or something. And then it's not that obvious like where their other towns are either. I put this bid like just really quickly because Super, what's going on? Good to see you. But yeah, I mean, I actually am not too convinced about this Darklings bid. I just feel like, you know, people like Darklings, and I think that I'm going to get bid off of them. I also hope that this player plays a little faster than this, because I was really hoping for more than that. Yeah, I think Swarmlings is a great bid, because Swarmlings are like the one faction who can probably hit both of these events. They will get 1 town in the final round, so they're always good with that. What we're trying to do is, okay, Darklings are getting some action, so another player goes on to Witches. I mean, Darklings just have like nothing wrong with them in this track. The only thing that's wrong with them is the color wheel. And admittedly, it is an annoying color wheel. But they're still getting one of the 4, they're getting the best pass tile in round 1. They're getting the big building pass tile. That means Halflings probably get worker power so they can take double dig. And then Swarmlings get the priest. Yeah, it's very, very strong for Swarmlings to be able to get the priest. Because if Swarmlings send priest to fire, they're almost guaranteed to be able to, the extra workers that come off that cult mean that they're going to essentially be guaranteed a strong opening. Witches I see with potential for starting C3, F4, and opening with strongholds plus temp ship. I'd probably start in C4 just in case Swarmlings come over. I don't know. Everything's pretty good. I will put Darklings down a few more because I feel like they just have like the most obvious gigantic explosion. You like Halflings here a lot. I mean, I don't dislike Halflings at all. Like, Halflings are in a very good position in the color wheel, which is always really nice. Halflings should probably get, well, I mean, but Halflings can't double dig in round 1, right? Like, Darklings are annoying, so they will prevent you from being able to take double dig in round 1 if you're Halflings. And Halflings are the other faction who probably won't be competing for the big building tile. Like, I'm just not sure that you're going to build your sanctuary as Halflings. Morning stream, nice. Yeah, I mean, I just decided to kick it for once, so. You can start F7 with a single dig and possibly priest to air. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that there's, oh, I see. Yeah, you could send priest to air instead of taking worker power. I agree with that. That probably is the better line for Halflings. And F7 is also a good leech spot because you have to assume that Swarmlings are on G6. There's like no world where G6 doesn't get you a neighbor because Yeah, like even if halflings start D8 and darklings don't start in the east at all, you can always dig yourself like to like a neighbor there. So yeah, swarmlings. I mean, every faction is pretty good here, right? I am like witches with the ability to go stronghold 4 dwellings to open, right? They could put the stronghold on F4, open to the worker's action, build 1-2 hexes for free, and then fly to E9. That's a very strong opening for witches too. The only thing is that, and I mean, it will turn into points, right? But witches have been bid down. Let's put, I mean, swarmlings, like it's halflings and swarmlings for the cult points, right? I think the potential of getting like both of these guys in rounds 1 and 2 is really, really strong. Where would my second dwelling go here? Maybe just H2. Like I think that D2 is like a pretty attractive one if you think that witches won't take away D1. But if they do take away D1, then that's really annoying. And I might be tempted to do that if I were witches this game, because like you're still gonna be able to connect if swarmlings are like D2, G6. You know what? If you like halflings, I like halflings too. Yeah, why not? Let's try halflings. I think that they're the weakest faction in this setup. I actually think that they are probably properly placed as the 40. But I don't want too long of an auction, and I think that they're reasonable here at least. And I do like the priest to air line. Next round, maybe we can try to get first priest to earth as well. So let's just make sure we're not on bullet settings. Yep, we have undos on. Lustrous, you're happy about the halflings pick? Yeah. I only bet on halflings and darklings this game, so that's very on brand for you, right? So yeah, I think that witches should get temp ship here. So let's start here. We're always starting here. Good luck, yeah. Apologies for my Windows acting up. I'm just rearranging my setup a little bit. Wasn't necessarily expecting to play so early, and especially stream, but I wound up doing it. Oh god. Oh god. Come on, Chrome. Don't do this to me here. Come on, young Jay. I believe in you. Can't see anything perfect? Yeah, I mean, the next step beyond bullet Terra Mystica is blind Terra Mystica. Oh, Young Jay plays C1. Okay, this is good. Okay, so now I think I prefer F5, right? E5 is safe, unless darklings get like crazy shipping. Yeah, this is better. Witches will probably come to E9, give me an extra neighbor. I can get G4. If darklings wind up taking the priest, then I'd probably take, I'd probably take worker power, so I can guarantee myself, or likely guarantee myself at least one dig to get G4. Oh well, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty generous move by darklings. It also makes sense. Like, that's one of the things about these weird color matchups, right? Like, weird stuff can happen. And I mean, I do think that these placements mean that darklings can have a good chance at connecting, right? Like, they could come up through C1, and temp ship is in the game. They're going to beat me to the north. The only thing is that they probably won't get 3 Well, they could carve through this, right? They could get a town here, and then, oh, right, I forgot that swarmlings were going to be on G6. That was one of my concerns, right? So cool, all right. So darklings shouldn't be like absolutely going off here. Witches do start E9, which is nice. Let's see if they take 10 ship to open. That's what I would have done. Okay, darklings do as expected. So I think I just take this, right? Darklings can't take G4 this round. I have a chance at getting double dig here. Swarmlings take worker power, so they are going to go for double dig. So they'll probably just claim F7 in round 1. Witches should not take a single dig, so I should be able to get G4. But even if they don't, it should be okay for me to go double dig in round 1, or double dig in round 2 to get like E5, G4 or something. My chat's hiding everything. Oh, good call. Yeah, when I resized my windows, that's what happened. Huh? Right? There we go. I didn't realize what you meant, Super. I thought that you meant like when like it shrank really small on my screen. But this is understandable. Could be great. Yeah. You just have to believe, you know, like it's actually illegal to like do the math. You have to just believe that it's going to happen. Swarmlings are thinking about taking the double dig, because if they don't, then if I upgrade, yeah, they just take the double dig, which I think is the right move. I'll just secure single dig here, I think. Let me think a little bit here. I mean, I could go priest of fire, fire 1, right? That's not terrible. Priest of fire, fire 1 instead of priest to air. Like any of these cults is equally good. The extra worker in round 2 is better. Yeah, it's a coin tight game. I'm gonna go for it. I'm just assuming that I get single dig back. I don't really see any reason for witches to take it, but has to be bullet 2, otherwise it's just memory. That is true. Yeah, doing math is clearly unfair. Dwelling at G4, witches take C3, stronghold check. Yeah, exactly. That is exactly right. Yep, witches are going for the opening that I thought they would, or that I would have gone for. I wasn't sure if they would go for it. I've played all these players before. I think I probably hit the highest elo at the table, but none of these are like bad players. Young Jay is specifically probably like a 400 rated player last time I played them, but it could be better than that. Now G Sint I think is like 300 level, something like that. Anyway, now that we've kind of committed to this, we should oh, I can still upgrade here. If I upgrade here, I mean, darklings could like dig this hex. There's also the small question of, do I possibly want to upgrade in the center because my sanctuary will likely go here? But yeah, actually the sanctuary argument might be pretty compelling. In which case I can just dig this hex now and then upgrade in the center. This will give me 1 extra leech. This would have given me 2 extra leech because I would have gotten witch's leech here, but it's not important. If witches get slightly less leech, that's also not such a bad thing. Because witches are in a dominant position, I would say, right now. They're going to get, like, they have 3 uncontested town spots right now, even though this has no neighbors in the north. But, like, if it happens that darklings, like, get to B4 and witches are on C4, they might have, like, the workers to do a huge dig here, and then they will have a neighbor. I mean, like when you read those Snellman logs, right, Super, those are just like those. Like you could just read like um, the Snellman logs, and we could just play like Snellman style, like without looking at the board though. Maybe that's the way. Darkling sent Priest to Earth, which, I mean, it's not bad. It returns a lot of coins, and the Earth Vault is just it's just a good one to win, especially if they go Earth 1 or Earth 2. So I don't hate it. And admittedly, like I could have used Earth 1 or Earth 2 this game myself. So, but now I'm going Fire 1. So, oops. Darklings do take Fire 1 though, which is a little sadder compared to the alternative. Do Darklings have enough to open Sanctuary? I think that Darklings are 1 leech short of Sanctuary. But well, Darklings should have it. If they get this leech. Alright, they would need. No, they're literally 1 leech short of Sanctuary. So I'm glad well, it doesn't really matter. So now I wonder if witches take D1. That would be really funny to me if they did. Because they could still fly to A3 or like try to cut through here to connect. And they could even get a town through here, but it doesn't matter right now. All that matters to me is this. For that. Alright, so I'm gonna likely be passing first here. The one bummer about what I did was that Air 2, like if I went Priest to Air 2, I would have had a lot more power, and I would be in position to take Double Dig again next round, but it's probably not that important that I do that. Now it looks more like I'm going to be, oh, I can send first Priest to Air and Sanctuary for Earth 1 next round. That seems nice. In which case I'd probably just want this guy. Like, more stuff is good. Darklings bought a Priest, that's not too shocking. Maybe they send it to Air, that would be a bummer. Take this. They should be able to get the coins action as well. So, I mean, one of the cool things about Darklings is that in this matchup, like, yeah, you can get trapped in here, but you get so much leech, it's insane. Like, they got the Priest and the coins action, which is, I mean, those are the two, like, I mean, the workers action you do want as Darklings, but they got what they were looking for. Swarmlings, by the way, built their TP here, so they relentlessly denied Darklings leech, but I don't love that personally because it does look like their lives will be a little harder in terms of, well, and they also aren't getting their Sanctuary here. So one of my things is that I don't necessarily always want to, like, the thing about Swarmlings is they have kind of weird math, right? Like, every other faction, you always take Double Dig, you always want to build out all your dwellings, but for Swarmlings, I feel like you actually, like, with a round 2 Sanctuary event, I think a single dig plus, like, building the Sanctuary here might have been good. Bond 4 is temp ship. Bond 1 is the spade. Bond 2 is the cult coins. Bond 3 is the 6 coins. Bond 4 is temp ship. Bond 5 is this worker power. Bond 6 is the stronghold sanctuary building. Bond 7 is the TP tile. Bond 8 is the priest. Bond 9 is the dwellings VP. And Bond 10 is this ship VP. So Darklings did do this, so that's annoying. Maybe we should annoy them a little too. No, let's just take Earth 1. Well, so the priest does technically return something. This returns a worker, which I don't really need right away. I'm on the cult. Okay, I'm on the cult step. So the cult step will go on Air, I guess. Maybe we can just go Sanctuary, Earth 1, Priest, a 3 action round, and then go for the big building tile. I guess Swarmlings should be able to beat me on a 3 action round. I don't really need this Priest to water. Let's just take Earth 1 first, because that's definitely going to happen. Or should it be... I'm just seeing this now. No, that's too crazy, right? To take Earth 2 here, or even Air 2? Alright, let's get crazy. I mean, Super has already said that Air 2 is the best favorite tile, so this can't be wrong. Honestly, though, I probably I have some regrets about not just taking Earth 2 as well, because Earth 2 does come back with coins, and ultimately I want workers, right, for this dig event. Yeah, I'm playing a little bit crazy here. Swarmlings should be snapping the coins. They're considering sending a priest to a cult. That's a mistake. Actually, darklings are going to land back on this, right? They have nowhere to build this dwelling. They have a priest, but they have no real reason to send the priest off. So they're probably going to pass on back onto the new building tile. Call it unconventional. Sounds cooler that way. So my next action is the cult bump on air. And I guess I ran out my own timer, so can't complain too much. But you know what? Like that's the curse of streaming. You know, I want everyone else to play fast, and then here I am being a chump, like just agonizing over my decisions. Come on, buddy. We believe in you. Okay, they just spend to get the 2 key town early. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Not convinced it's good, but it's interesting. I guess I shouldn't dream too hard about winning the air cult then. Just pass on to the 2 workers and 4 VP. I mean, I kind of agree there. Like, darklings are going to get that anyway. Like, if I don't, right? Yeah, they immediately just take Earth 1 here. That's not me. It's just not me. I can't do it. I'm definitely going to take this free worker. It's also important points because darklings have committed to themselves to this cult, so this is going to annoy darklings. Swarmlings need to use their swarmlings action. They probably also want to build a temple. Okay, they send a priest, and they're going to build a temple, and they're going to use a swarmlings action. So swarmlings are out of the passing race. I think that darklings are probably going to pass. I would like to get onto 10 ship, I think. Next round, as long as I pass in front of swarmlings, I can get the double dig next round. Ooh, maybe I can get double dig this round. All right, maybe our plans are changing then. Yeah, maybe our plans are changing. Yep, so darklings pass. Okay, so this is all fine. Pass and regret it 5 rounds later. I mean, I feel like you've done really well with the passing early, and honestly, it annoys me a lot when you do it, so like something must be going right? I was considering advancing ship and getting onto H5, but at this point, I might as well just double dig these 2 hexes, right? Yeah, that's the play. We'll send the priest off, and then we'll double dig down these 2 hexes. Swarmlings bought a priest. Okay, so they're gonna fight me on air? Like, what is this garbage? Don't fight me. We're friends. Let's just all be friends here. You love how valid different playstyles are in this game. Some top players pass early often. Some play out the round as much as possible. Some go point greedy. Some always max economy early. Yeah. I think that I tend to be like a pretty points greedy player, but when I play on stream, I tend to get fancy about stuff, and I start trying to do fancy shit. And as you can see, it's gonna it's gonna wind up in something disastrous here, but it's fun. It's fun to play out different styles on stream, right? Everyone gets to like watch something a little different. So just trying to build this guy. We should start thinking about, there are two things that we need to consider, right? One of them is connection, and one of them is a third town. This town here, maybe it's dumb that I'm only just realizing this now, but I need a bridge to make this town, which means that, first of all, witches need to not take this from me. I don't think that they should. They have lots of workers, but they just want this town, right? But if I bridge, then they might try to take away my connection / even my second town. Like now they're in position to take I-7, which is quite annoying. But oh well, I'll cross that bridge when I get there. See how I did there, bridge? Swarmlings did what with their priest? They bought a priest. They sent it to Earth. Okay, so they're going to chase down darkling on Earth. I approve of that. So witches are in line to pass for the big building tile. That's fine. Witches are going to be able to get the coins action. That's not so fine. The fact that witches will get the coins action is actually quite worrying to me. You guys are talking about a game where halflings place the sanctuary in the east, and they should watch me play more because of that. Alright, so witches are probably advancing their ship this round. I actually would have liked to get onto this priest, but I guess it doesn't really matter. And swarmlings are putting their temp TP here. I don't like what's going on here. I mentioned the temp ship. I think I'm still on board with that. Just getting onto H5 early before witches can like do other shenanigans is probably good for me. So I'll probably hard dig H5 this round, and then just build my temple down here. Yeah, I think the plan is to hard dig H5, build my temple on H5, and then if worst comes to, like, if I7 goes, this is still going to be a town, and then I just take E8, G2 to connect or something. This is also the round to take water 1, or swarmlings have no favors. I think witches should take the coins like every time here. Darklings probably want to advance their, well, they might just want to start rushing for water 1 as well. Because if they don't build this TP, then they're going to lose tempo on water 1. So yeah, that is what they do. If I'm witches, I'm snatching the coins. I know I talked a big game about taking H5, but I think that I care a lot about water 1 here. So I will take water 1 first. guess it's not that important, right? Like Earth 1 is also quite good. I've built like very few dwellings here. So let's see. I'm gonna probably build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more dwellings this game. If I build like even 13 structures, maybe 14. So if I build out to 14, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's an 18-point Earth 1. And in that case, I would be taking a Water 1 worth 12 points. That's probably Earth 1 then is better. If Swarmlings don't block it right here. Swarmlings could just take Earth 1 here. In that case, Water 1 is vital. Oh wait, Witches didn't take Earth 1. I see. That's how they have such a booming economy. So Swarmlings do take Water 1. So let's see what Witches do here. They could Sanctuary. Or they should do Earth 1 rather. So I think that I prefer Earth 1 here, but I can adjust to a Water 1 game, which is what I have to Sanctuary to take that. I think that the right thing for them to do is just to punt Water 1. They advanced their digging. Oh shit. Okay, well, maybe a triple dig is in our future then. Looking at it, darklings probably would like to get F6 here. Swarmlings probably just want to take a double dig. I would probably just grab like... I don't even have a place to double dig. I mean, they could take F7, I guess. F7's not bad. I assume that they kind of want this stretch, but... Fistful of Dwellings? What are you guys talking about here? You guys are talking about bullet times? Yeah. I didn't participate in as many bullets lately. If you learn the bonds, you will be unstoppable. That's true. You could even do well in TM Tour. For the people who don't participate in TM Tour, it's understandable. But yep. I actually have a chance to use like this stuff here. What have Witches done? They haven't done too much. Okay. They took this hex. Okay, so they killed the chance for Darklings to take a town. Darklings will come up through the north instead. That's all pretty much expected. Can we advance digs and still get that hex? We can't. Is it ever worth it to just hard dig that hex? Likely not. Alright, let's send this here. My thought here is that I can double dig here. I can like double dig G2, H5 or something. Swarmlings, what are you doing, buddy? Double temple Swarmlings is... I know it's the temple round, but don't do this. Don't do this, man. Yeah, Darklings are going to just secure the north really fast. Makes sense. Witches probably just pass here for coins action. Then they can advance digs and just get lots of digging going. Oh, they needed to Witches ride first, fair enough. Okay. I believe that I'm going here. So I need to do one worker to a point. Everyone look away. Do not look at what I'm doing. Under no circumstances should anyone be looking at what I'm doing here. Oh, maybe I can get up here next round then. If I can take d6. Yeah, instead of g2, maybe I could go for d6. No, I don't like that. I don't like that. I should go for e7. Sorry. Yeah, let's turn e7 to red. That way I have a chance to connect through here, and then witches have to make some awkward digs instead. God, this undo might be killing me. Might have to do this on my phone instead. Yep, okay. All right, let's try that one more time. So we're converting a worker down. We're double digging. We're grabbing h5. And we're turning this hex to red. If we can ship up here and we can somehow beat swarmlings these hexes, and like witches are going to take d7, so this is like the town up here is not happening. We should just accept that this is a 2-town game for us. You converted 5 coins to workers to coins as dwarves the other day. Yeah. It's all good, right? All good. I do not feel great right now, though. I have to admit. Witches pass. Okay. Like I thought, they're going to go for the coins action plus a dig advance. Now it's on us. We have to pass. Oh, would have been really nice to land on this. That was just bad luck, I think. Let's go for the priest. The priest lets us control our round length. We're already playing fairly culty. We can get more cult points off of it. And it could let us advance our ship if need be, since we already have digs happening this round. Or just take this guy. No, the priest is better. Alright, so my first action next round, so witches are going to open with coins, then my first action is a dig advance, and my second action is my second dig advance. Witch's second action is a dig advance. So then witch's third action, which happened before me, is going to be either e7 or h4. I will just take the other one of those 2 hexes. Did I think about the ship VP here and foregoing advancing digs? That's actually probably a good idea. But I think that I could maybe try to get onto that next round. Next round is the dwellings round, so that's when I really want to get out, like advancing ship and building dwellings. That's a good thought. Like I'm just not sure that I actually have the economy to make good use of that. Admittedly, I'm not going to be able to build too much either. I'm going to be able to take either h4 or e7 here, and that's pretty much it. e7 might be interesting. I town early, but then what do I do with those resources? Probably not a ton. So maybe it's just h4 in that case. Yeah, this is definitely not ideal, to say the least. Darklings can cut through these hexes this round. They can get b5 this round, but if they land on b4, then I think that witches are probably just winning the game. This might be foolish, but nonetheless, we are doing it. What do I want E7 for? That's a fair point. Maybe I don't want E7. With some leech, I could end up with a workers action this round. I mean, I'm not going to count on that. But I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, E7 is kind of fun because it takes away this from witches. But you're right. Like, I think that H4 is a lot more important to me. Or I guess my worker econ is trash. Like, I took 2 favor tiles here, and neither of them was the one that I actually really want. So witches did advance their digs. Here come darklings. God, this is so stupid, darklings. Like, you do see that witches have advanced digs, right? Like, you have to realize that this is not going to work out. Well, I guess A9, right? They could town with these 4 hexes, but giving witches this neighbor makes me so sad. Where else is darklings going? Yeah, I mean, you are right, Zikob. Like, darklings don't really have anything else to do other than to just take B4 here. And like, they can be friends with witches. I just hate seeing my opponents being friends without me. But like, it does make sense when I actually think about it. This is a really nice game plan from witches. That temple for Fire 1 is really inspired. So yeah, they don't have the highest elo, but like, they're a very competent player, and they put together a really creative and like really nice game plan, I think. Yeah. I suppose it's going about the way I thought that it would go. I don't have like a ton to complain about here. And swarmlings really need to build that big building. I think that they probably will finally do it this round. Yep, there it is. I assume that this is water. Oh, it's air 1 now, I guess. I believe that I was hating on Swarmling's game earlier, but clearly it's worked out okay. They have lots of points. They're dominating the cults. They're on the big building tile, and they have all 3 scoring favors, which is pretty key. Fire 1 and Air 2 gives me 2 workers, which is 1 less than Earth 2 in the round 1 would. Yep, that's not true, right? Fire 1 gave me 2 workers, and Air 2 gave me 1 worker. But yeah, like, I haven't turned the power into anything useful. I used digs, but then I did a worker to a coin. Like, the Air 2 has been clearly a disaster. Like, Air 2 has clearly been wrong. If that were Earth 2 instead of Air 2,